Here comes the fifth plague that has to do with boils. Just listen as I present the narrative. And it says, Then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, Take for yourself handfuls of soil from a kiln, and let Moses throw it toward the sky in the sight of Pharaoh. It will become the dust over all the land of Egypt, and will become boils breaking out with sores on man and beast through all the land of Egypt. So they took soil from the king and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses threw it toward the sky, and it became boils, breaking out with sores on man and beasts. The magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils, for the boils were on the magicians as well as on all the Egyptians. And the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not listen to them, just as the Lord had spoken to Moses. Then the Lord said to Moses, Rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh and say to him, Thus says the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. For this time I will send all my plague on you and your servants and your people, so that you may know that there is no one like me in all the earth. This is the purpose with which he's doing this. Everybody will notice his supremacy, then free his people. Very simple. I want to say that this particular boil threatened the health of the Egyptians. If we look at all this plague, we discover that it is strategic, highly strategic. It was highly strategic in the sense that he was dealing with them gradually as the thing is penetrating them. All this while, we've discovered that he threatened their relaxation, their comfort, by providing these gnats, swarms of flies, and is disturbing them. The next thing is destroying their economic source of income. Number 3 in this sequence, which is the fifth plague, is touching their health, is a health challenge. All these things are coming their way so as to bring them to their knees for them to release his people. I said this earlier. Freedom has a price to pay. Freedom is not gotten on a platter of gold. You must fight for freedom. God is fighting for the freedom of his people in a strategic, systematic way that by the time he's done with what he's doing, his people will walk out freely. Which God is he judging this time around? By provision of these boils on them. In the biblical account of the plagues in Egypt, the plague of boil is not directly attributed to a specific Egyptian god. However, it was seen as an affront to several deities, particularly Sekhmet, Thoth, Isis, and Nephthys. The plague of boils, which afflicted both humans and animals, was a direct consequence of Moses throwing ashes from furnace into the air, turning them into boils and sores. Here is why these deities were relevant. Sekhmet was a goddess of war, epidemic, and healing, and was also associated with disease, and was believed to have the power to both inflict and cure illness. The goddess called Thoth, is the god of knowledge and healing, thought expertise would have been challenged by the plague. Then Isis is the goddess of healing, magic, and motherhood, who was also a protector of the dead and those in need of healing. You see that these gods are the ones that are receiving this challenge. When the boys broke, they were being beckoned upon to come and they heal the people. But there was no healing. No healing at all. They were back. Even when Pharaoh and his officials have seen that the gods in the land could not help, he kept hardening his heart. But God made this reason for which this happened clear. He said, "But indeed, for this reason, I have allowed you to remain, in order to show you my power, and in order to proclaim my name through all the earth. Still, you exalt yourself against my people by not letting them go." When God allows ugly situation to linger, it's for a purpose. Especially when it is upon a certain group of people in the land, it is for a purpose. When the time comes, when God will begin to manifest his power, all glory will go to him. I want us to know that those who are being treated as slaves in Africa, their liberation time has come. And God allowed them to be in that perpetual slavish state for years, so that when he will come, he will manifest his power and free them, and they will begin to give all the praise to this great God. God is still in the business of dealing with oppression. Egyptians were oppressing the children of Jacob, enjoying that oppression, but their God has come to manifest his power. In my next video, you will hear about the plague of hail, God using another available instrument in his hand to punish the people and incapacitate their God. I remain Pastor Elisha, the rising voice in Africa and the reformer with a difference.